So for today's video, I will be showing you on how to perform steps on how to help choking infant, children, and adults, and how to perform a CPR to infant, children, and adults. So, what are the steps on how to help choking infant? Step 1. Verify that your baby is actually choking. Your baby may be coughing or gagging. This can sound and look scary, but if they are making noise and be able to take breaths, they are likely not choking. So, when we say choking, it is when a baby is unable to cry or cough. They also won't be able to make any noise or breath because their airway is completely obstructed. Then, let's proceed to step 2. Call 911. Ideally, you can have a friend or family member call 911 or local emergency services while you take care of your baby. Explain the steps you are following to the operator and provide updates. It is especially important that you tell the operator if your child becomes unconscious at any point during the process. And then, while waiting for 911, let's proceed to step 3, which is give 5 times back blows or back slaps. So, place your baby face down on your forearm. Use your thigh for support, like this. With the heel of your free hand, deliver 5 blows to the area between their shoulder blades. These blows should be both quick and strong to be effective, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This action creates vibration and pressure in your baby's airway that will hopefully force the object out. And then after that, let's proceed to the next step, which is step 4. Give 5 times chest thrust. From this, turn baby over onto their back, rest on your thigh, keeping their head lower than their chest, like this. With your index and middle fingers, find your baby's breast bone between and slightly below the nipples. Press down 5 times with enough pressure to press the chest down about 1/3, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This action helps to push air from the lungs into the airway to potentially force the object out. And then after the 4 steps, let's proceed to step 5, which is repeat. If the object still hasn't dislodged, return to back blows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Following the same instructions na sinabi ko po kanina. And then, repeat the chest thrust. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, tell the 911 operator immediately if your baby loses consciousness. So the next is, I will perform on the steps on how to help choking children. But before that, let me give you some tips. The first tip is, if you can see the object, try to remove it. Don't poke blindly or repeatedly with your fingers. You could make things worse by pushing the object farther in and making it harder to remove. Second tip, if your child's coughing loudly, encourage them to carry on coughing to bring up what they are choking on and don't leave them. Third tip, if your child's coughing isn't effective, it's silent or they can breathe in properly, shout for help immediately and decide whether they are still conscious. If your child's still conscious, but they are either not coughing or their coughing isn't effective, but use back blows. So here is now the steps on how to help choking children. So here is the step 1. Lay a small child face down on your lap as you would as a baby. If this isn't possible, support your child in a forward-leaning position and give 5 back blows from behind, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If back blows don't relieve the choking and your child is still conscious, give abdominal thrust to a child, also known as the Heimlich maneuver. This will create an artificial cough, increasing pressure in the chest in the chest and helping to dislodge out the object. So to do this step, stand or kneel behind your child. Place your arms under the child's arms and around their upper abdomen like this. And then clench your fist and place it between the navel and ribs. Grasp this hand with your other hand and pull sharply inwards and upwards. Repeat up to 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure you don't apply pressure to the lower rib cage of this because it may cause damage. If the object still isn't dislodged and your child is still conscious, continue the sequence of back blows and either chest or abdominal thrust like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Call out or send for help if you are still on your own. Don't leave the child. Call 999 if the back lunge doesn't come out after trying back blows and either chest or abdominal thrust. Keep trying this cycle until help. So, even if the object has come out, get medical help. Part of the object might have been left behind or your child might have been hurt by the procedure na ginawa natin kanina. So next is I will be showing you the steps on how to help choking adults. So the first step is cough it out. Encourage them to cough and remove any obvious obstruction from their mouth. Second step, hit it out. If coughing fails to work, you need to give 5 sharp back blows. To do this, help them to lean forwards like this, supporting their upper body with one hand like this. With the heel of your other hand, give them 5 sharp back blows between their shoulder blades like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. After each back blow, check to see if there's anything in their mouth. Then, step 3, squeeze it out. If back blows fail to clear the obstruction, give 5 abdominal thrust. To do this, stand behind them and put your arms around their waist like this. Place one hand in a clenched fist between their belly button and the bottom of their chest. With your other hand, grasp your fist and pull sharply inwards and upwards up to 5 times. Check their mouth up to 5 times like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Check their mouth again each time. If the back lunge has not cleared, call 999 or 112 for emergency help straight away. Repeat 5 back blows and 5 abdominal thrusts until help arrives, rechecking their mouth each time. If they become unresponsive at any point, prepare to start adult CPR. So now, I will be showing you on how to perform CPR on infant, children, and adult. So first, let me show you how to perform CPR on infant. So, call 911 immediately for help. And while waiting, do the steps on how to perform CPR on infant. The first step is shout and tap. And gently tap the child on the shoulder like this. If there is no response and not breathing or not breathing normally, position the infant on his or her back and begin CPR. Step 2, give 30 compressions. Give 30 gentle chest compressions at the rate of 100 to 120 per minute. Use 2 or 3 fingers in the center of the chest below the nipples. Press down approximately 1/3 the depth of the chest, about 1.5 inches, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Then proceed to step 3. Open the airway using a head tilt, lifting of chin. Do not tilt the head too far back. Then step 4, give, give 2 gentle breaths. If the baby is not breathing or not breathing normally, cover the baby's mouth and nose with your mouth and give 2 gentle breaths. Each breath should be 1 second long. You should see the baby's chest rise with each breath. Like this. Then proceed to step 5. Continue giving infant CPR until help arrives. So, let me tell you something that CPR keeps blood flowing to the brain and other vital organs until advanced medical help can take over. So next, I will be showing you on how to perform CPR to children. So the first step is check for responsiveness. Shake or tap the child gently. If the child is unresponsive and you are alone, move on to the next step. If there is another person with you, tell them to call 911 or other emergency hotlines. Step 2, give 30 chest compressions. Place the child on her back like this. Note, if a spinal injury is possible, 2 people should move the child, preventing the head and the neck from twisting. So, place the heel of the hand on the breastbone just below the nipples like this. And then, keep the child's head tilted back. Push down 1/3 the thickness of the chest 30 times. The compression should be fast and hard without pauses like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Like that. Then proceed to step 3. Open the airway, then lift the chin and tilt the head back by pressing down of the forehead. Then proceed to step 4. Look, listen, and feel for breathing. Put your ear close to the child's mouth and nose with your face pointed toward their chest. This will allow you to hear breath, feel breath on your cheek, or see the chest rise and fall if the child is not breathing. Continue to step 5. But before, this is the step 4, like this. And then, if the child is not breathing, continue to step 5. Step 5 is give 2 rescue breaths. Cover the child's mouth with your mouth, tightly creating a seal, and pinch the nose closed, keeping the chin lifted. Give 2 breaths, watching to see the chest rise, and then release. Each breath should take about a second, like this. Like that. Then proceed to step 6. Continue giving CPR, 30 chest compressions, 2 breaths, then repeat until the help arrives. If you are alone, give CPR for at least 2 minutes before stopping to call 911. Once you've called 911, continue giving CPR until help arrives. I will be showing you on how to perform CPR on adults. So, there are 2 main stages to CPR. The preparation stage and the CPR stage. So now, the preparation steps. Before performing CPR on adult, use the following preparation steps that I will be showing on you. So step 1, call 911. That's the very first thing you should do. Then, first, check the scene for factors that would put you in danger, such as traffic, fire, or falling masonry. Next, check the person. They do need help. Tap their shoulder and shout, "Are you okay?" If they are not responding, call 911 or ask a bystander to call 911 before performing CPR. If possible, ask a bystander to go and search for an aid machine. People can find this in offices and many other public buildings. Step 2. Place the person on their back and open their airway like this. And then, person carefully on their back and kneel beside their chest. Tilt their head back slightly by their lifting chin like this. And then after that, open their mouth and check for any obstruction. Like this, open their mouth and check for any obstruction, such as food or vomit. Remove any obstruction if it is loose. If it is not loose, trying to grasp, it may push it farther into the airway. Then step 3, check for breathing. It is very important also to check their breathing. Place your ear next to the person's mouth and listen for no more than 10 seconds. If you do not hear breathing or you only hear occasional gasps, begin CPR. If someone is unconscious but is still breathing, do not perform CPR. Instead, if they do not seem to have a spinal injury, place them in the recovery position. Keep monitoring their breathing and perform CPR if they stop breathing. So here is now the CPR steps. Use the following steps to perform CPR. Step 4, perform 30 chest compression. Place one of your hands on top of the other and clasp them together. With the heel of the hands and straight elbows, push hard and fast in the center of the chest, slightly below the nipples. So here is what I am referring kanina. Push at least 2 inches depth. Compress their chest at a rate of at least 100 times per minute. Let the chest rise fully between compressions. And then after that, proceed to step 5. Perform 2 rescue breaths, making sure their mouth is clear. Tilt their head back slightly and lift their chin. Pinch their nose shut. Place your mouth fully over theirs and blow to make their chest rise. Like that. If their chest does not rise with the first breath, retilt their head. If their chest still does not rise with its second breath, the person might be choking. Then proceed to step 6. Repeat. Repeat the cycle of 30 chest compression and 2 rescue breaths until the person starts breathing or help arrives. If an AED arrives, carry on performing CPR until the machine is set up and ready to use.